It's Saturday morning. Hey, you guys, happy Saturday. So, Saturday mornings, typically I am watching Stephanie Perry at 10 o'clock. And this morning, she had a guest host, Alecia Renece, and the topic was about play dates. I'm going to link both of their channels and the video in the description. But, honey, she went in about how we need to play and how play is important and the things that, how not having play in your life leaves you a different person. It doesn't allow you to become or to fully embrace all you have inside, which is everything here, right? Like everything. Those two things, my favorite people, can we not? Can we stop? No, we can't. It's awesome. So today, what I wanted to do was I wanted to create an environment here for us to do the same thing. Now, I had planned on adding a play date, a standard play date to the channel, but let me know in the comments when you think it should be a normal. I have a date or a time frame in mind, and I'm going to start with that. But if I get suggestions, I might be willing to change that. So let me know in the comments if you wouldn't mind doing this a different time and date, right? So go get your stuff. Go get whatever brings you joy. I'm an inside girl. I'm an introvert. So this is probably going to be something you can do inside, but I guess if you can take me outside and you want to do it outside, let's do it. If you can figure out how to do it, let us know. We want to know, right? So let's do that. So before we do that, let me introduce who I am. I'm Yvette Boone, and I'm a lifelong creative hobbyist. And this channel is about helping women, Black women, supporting Black women, putting creative hobbies into their wellness practice. For them embracing creativity, embracing ease, embracing play. So do you see how well that video fit in with us? Okay, so go get your stuff, pause the video. If you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe. Hit the like button. But pause the video, go get your things. I'm going to get mine and I'm going to get set up. I'm going to be coloring. So if anybody wants to join and color with me, that's all good. If you're doing something else, cool too. Let us know in the comments what you're doing. Even if you're coloring, let me know what you're doing. Let me know, what pages you're coloring, what color pencils or what media you're using. But go get your stuff. I'm gonna go get mine, and we're gonna meet back here in 1 second, 1 minute, and we're gonna get started. So I am actually coloring this picture from this book here, Whimsical Gardens. It's a Creative Havens book. And typically I like all kinds of books. I like this one. Something about these pictures that really, I like coloring for different reasons. And this book actually gives me the opportunity to kind of just color like I did when I was a kid. So I'm just making sure I'm in frame, and I'm not gonna go into zooming in and all that stuff right now. I think this is a good space to be. Okay, so let's get into it. So the video, and I will be drinking coffee and water during this session, so don't judge me. The video was epic this morning. Like, I said it so many times, it's ridiculous that, and what I'll do for those that are interested is I will put, the brands of pencils that I use in the description box. I will give you links to them. I literally just did a check on this last night, and these pencils are still available. So you should have no problem finding it. But for those that are interested, the kinds of pencils that I use are Koh I, the ones that I'm using today, Koh I, Prismacolor. Can you guys see these? Prismacolor. And I feel like there's some Faber-Castells in here too. Oh yeah, perfect. And Faber-Castells. These are polychromos. So, I have them all mixed up in, let me see if I can bring this in a bin. Zoom out. Oh, look at me doing stuff. I have them all in a bin here, and I just keep them caddy. It's not a bin, it's a caddy. I keep them in a caddy. It's easy for me to access them. But yeah, so that's what I'm doing here now. And I'm gonna move this light so it looks a little bit better, hopefully. Okay, and I'm gonna zoom back in. All right, well, y'all, let's get into it. So, and I'm not picking any color in particular. I'm not doing any special things. I'm just coloring because that's what I want. And I have a pencil sharpener with me too. So you might hear the pencil sharpener going off like right now. So yeah, let's talk about it, right? So what I found with the video, if you weren't already on or watching the video this morning, she went in and talked about play and how important play is, and things like how perfectionism can affect, you know, who you are as a person, how perfectionism actually shapes how you show up in the world, right? And I suffer with perfectionism quite a bit. Yeah, it's sad, but it's true. I do suffer with perfectionism. It's a thing. I've had imposter syndrome. I still suffer with imposter syndrome every now and again. You know, I think it's been a lot better since I have been on sabbatical. But there are moments, I have moments when I feel it coming up. And the thing about being on sabbatical, and I might kind of be jumping around a little bit, but the thing about being on sabbatical is it gives your brain a chance to rest. And this to me is what, creative hobbies and hobbies in general, but specifically creative hobbies. It is the thing that I love about, that's what I love about creative hobbies, is that it gives your brain a chance to rest. Like if you've ever tried to meditate before, your brain has all of these ideas that just keep coming up, things that just keep coming up into your forefront. And you're thinking, before you know it, it's like, I'm trying not to think about anything, and everything in the world is coming up. Oh, I forgot to do this. Oh, this person said that. Oh, and she said this to me. But you got to turn this thing in tomorrow at work. And before you know it, you are going down a to-do list, or you're going down a rampage of all the things that have gone on within the last whatever, how many hours, days, or whatever. And you are not resting. You are not meditating. You are not focusing. You are doing everything but, right? And so, to me, that's what a creative hobby does. It gives you that opportunity to stop and let your brain get a break. You know, you're not constantly trying to, fix all the things or address all the things. You are literally just letting your brain get a break. And that's what I love about this sabbatical, is that it gave me time to kind of see life for what it was. Like I was able to literally unpack things because I had time. I had time to think about it. You know, when I'm busy trying to get to work and get the kids right and get this bill paid and get all these other things done, you don't have time to think about how you are showing up in the world. You just showing up, you know, and you think, oh, well, if I'm coming here and I'm still able to pay all of my bills and save up money and go on vacation and buy expensive bags or clothes or whatever, houses. If I'm doing all of this, I must be doing things right. But really, do you think that's what you were put here on earth to do, is to do those things? And even if you were, like, should it be hard? Should it be something that you have to struggle this hard to do? You know, if you are enjoying it, because, you know, I think one of the things that when we talk about Black excellence and what it actually means, a lot of times, you know, especially people who are doing well in their space, it's like, well, I'm doing fine, right? Like I'm doing the thing. I'm enjoying my success. And I get that, because to some degree I was enjoying my success too, but I didn't realize the cost, the thing that it was costing me. It was costing me community, right? For me personally, it was costing me community. When I looked at Black excellence, I didn't think I was having a scarcity mindset, but I really was, you know? And I don't want to go down that rabbit hole, because that's a thing. And, you know, I'm not saying it's not important to talk about. I just want to talk more about, creative hobbies and how playing and showing up for that and being present with that is, how important that is to your life. But I think the reason it's important is because we have all these other conditioning beliefs on us that make us think that they're not, right? You would not even think about playing when you are pursuing Black excellence. Absolutely not. Like, who got time for that? Is that going to make me money? You know, is that going to, you know, bring me, let me make sure I'm recording. Is that going to bring me money? Is that going to get me to the next level? Is that going to bring me status? Like, who has time to sit down and do something that's never going to bring me money? How is that helping me, my you know, my cause here? And so that's, to me, was the problem with Black excellence. No, it wasn't the fact that I was doing well, or, that I had a job that I was proud of, but it was killing me inside. It was making me somebody I never intended to be. I can imagine myself as a child. I remember myself as a child, and never did I want to be that person, you know. Life is so short, and in these last couple of years, you know, we all have experienced so much loss with all that's been going on in the world. And, you know, when you start thinking on terms like that, it's like, look, I'm sorry, but I got to go and unpack this and realize that this is not what I wanted. This was never my intention. This was not my plan. And so I don't think I want to live like that. I want to live a life where, you know, I hear birds chirp. And I remember talking to a friend of mine one time, and I asked them, I said, when was the last time you heard a bird chirp? You know, like you heard a bird sing. And they were like, I don't, you know, they thought about it and was like, I don't know. I really do not know. And to me, not to say that I'm always on it, but to me, that's really sad, right? When you don't hear birds sing, when you can't think of the last time you saw a butterfly. Like, really, these are life's joys. Like these, and I know it's like, oh no, I would rather be spending my time, you know, I don't know, jet setting across the world and shopping or doing other things. But and I'm not saying that those things aren't fun. I'm just saying that in the grand scheme of things, for me, this was not what I came here for. I didn't come here for that, right? I didn't come here to jet set across the world and do things. Now, don't get me wrong, because I enjoy doing things outside of hearing birds chirp and seeing butterflies, you know, and I enjoy nice things. But when it comes down to it, you know, I had the 6 figures, I had the house, I had the money in the bank, and it still felt like something was missing. And when you, when you start experiencing that and watching people that you love leave this earth, when you see relationships that you have go to crap, you start realizing, hey, this is really not, I didn't come here for the glitz and the glamour. Like, this not, or how do I say this better? It's not that not to say like I didn't come here for that. It's more or less like, I really came to realize that life is more important than that. The time that we have here on this earth is more important than that. When we think of scarcity, we think, oh, what if I don't have enough money? But money is abundant. It's time that is not, right? Time is the real, money. It is the real thing that we need to be mindful of. Time and energy, right? And so, I don't know. It just, when I decided to put life in a box and say, look, I need time to unpack some stuff. I need to go and figure some stuff out and figure out how I feel about certain things. I realized that a lot of the things that I held at a certain value, I realized were not that valuable to me, and that I would rather be doing other things than some of the things that I was doing. So, and so that's where play comes in. Play is one of those things where, and that was one of the other things, and I wrote this down to talk about too, is that play and joy, right? Like, is there a difference? And I think, or enjoyment, I should say, play and enjoyment. And I think there is, like, okay, let's think about this. There are things that I enjoy, right? But they leave me empty. I enjoy shopping. I do. I enjoy going and buying something and having the thing. And I have new toys, and I love purses. For those that know me personally, I love purses, and I love buying a new purse. Of course, I love buying the right new purse, but I love buying purses. I love having purses. I love wearing purses. I love all the things. But in reality, that enjoyment doesn't last long. It doesn't give me the same, even when I think back on it, right? Like, something that brings you joy, real joy. When you look back on it, it gives you just as high of a memory. Like, it brings you right back there, right? When I think about, buying a purse or going shopping or whatever, yes, it is more joyful than paying taxes, right? Like, it's more joyful than having to clean the toilet. But is it the same kind of joy as hearing my grandsons say, hey, grandma, you walk in the door and they're like, hey, and they bust off the floor and start running towards you. Like, that kind of joy, and something as simple as them greeting me, right? It doesn't cost anything. That joy feels so much more different than buying a purse or even buying a house. Like, maybe your first house, you might still think back fondly on that, but after your first house, it doesn't quite hit the same. But let me tell you, that joy of them boys jumping up off their floor to greet me never gets old. It never gets old. And so I want to have more joy in my life. I want to experience more joy. And I feel like some things you don't really know will bring you joy until you get in there and start doing them. But I do. I want to have more joy in my life. And so I'm going to experiment and do more things and see where that gets me, right? because, you know, it's important. It's important to play. It's important to I'm sorry, I got really into that, didn't I? It's important to play. It's important to have an escape, have a place for your mind to kind of go and wander. And I'm now seeing how important that really is, to get in there and play on purpose, right? Not just show up and you know, for joy. Like, okay, I decided to do a voiceover at this point because I had started rambling, and yeah, I didn't want that. But I really just wanted to bring home the point of play and the importance of play in our lives, especially as adults. As children, play comes easy. We feel like it's our birthright, and somehow when we become adults, we feel like play is not important. But I think play is a thing that keeps us connected to source. I think we had it right in the beginning and we let it go. And we need to get back to that and to play more often, because that keeps us open to the source so that source can then pour back into us. So let's continue playing. I'm going to end this video in a couple of seconds because I wanted to just have like a 15-20 minute session. But let's keep going. Let's do this again. Before we head on out, if you like this video, hit that like button. If you have not subscribed yet to my channel, subscribe. And if you're not a part of the community and you identify as a Black woman, then look in the description box. There's a link to subscribe to my community. Hit that link and fill out that information and join the community. Thanks again. Have a great day, and don't forget to continue to play. Bye.